Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot, and we are back with the penultimate episode of Botanical Gardens 2.0, and I'm pretty excited for today's video, because today's video we are going to finish off the Jurassic tour, it's over here, that we started, well, a hellishly long time ago, basically. We started this a very long time ago. So this is like the second, third exhibit we did, I think, and then we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So the Jurassic tour is going to come down, it's going to go through the fence, and it's going to come into this exhibit over here. I've set it up a little bit so far, but not that much. We're basically going to build a big-ass safari sort of thing. It's going to be quite open. You know, a lot of this exhibit, except this one maybe, has a lot of trees and a lot of rocks, and it's all covered in stuff. And we're definitely going to do that to an extent, but a lot of this is going to be a little bit more contained than the a little bit more open. I should the opposite of contained, a little bit more open than the previous ones. One of the things I want to do is actually put a monorail over here as well. But first, we should pick some dinosaurs. So let's kick off with one we all knew was coming. The dinosaur I have somehow neglected for the entire series so far. My beloved Sinoceratops. And people are like, BestInSlot, you always pick Sinoceratops. I know I do. For very good reason, okay? He's the best dinosaur. And this is a big open safari. We're going to try to mix it up a lot and have several different dinosaurs. We're going to have 3 of those, and we'll leave that for now. Now, just before we carry on, let's look at some names. Over here. For the Sticky Morlocks, we have Persephone, Stinky, and Sticky Warlock. For the multiple resources, we have Captain Hadrock, which might have been meant to be Haddock, but they put Hadrock, so I put Hadrock. Orange Juice, Skinny Dave 2.0, Aussie Boy, and Mate. And the Allura Titans, I made a mistake. So we were going to bring in a Rhinoceros, and I thought, oh, we can't bring in a Rhinoceros. I already have a Rhinoceros in the park. As it turns out, I already have a Allura Titan in the park as well. Isabella and Ugly Duckling for our 2 Allura Titans, of which we have more up here. We now have 5 Allura Titans. Don't know how I didn't realise that, but I didn't. Let's all move on with our lives. Right. So there's a little dip here. Everyone, God loves a dipper. I think we can all agree. Don't know what that means, but it means something. Everything means something if you think hard enough. And I want to bring this in. Now, I don't really want it to go across the exhibit, so we're going to try to... like so. And then... yeah, that's never going to happen. Never going to happen. We need to try to angle that a little bit differently. Right, ooh. Oh, sorry, are you telling me that this tree is in the way? What? It's not. What? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I mean, that'll do. Will that do? That'll do. You just can't have the monorail be too curvy, unfortunately. As much as you may love some curves, and who doesn't, the monorail's too curvy. Ugh. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, we shall connect all that up. And yeah, but this is going to be a big-ass exhibit. Basically the whole thing. Now, we are going to bring in some viewing areas or something, but I'm really trying to not over-design this park in terms of extraneous stuff. The point is the exhibits themselves and the plant life and everything and the dinosaurs should kind of be the main focus. That's why, you know, there's a lack of buildings, and that is very much by design. I don't know if there's anything... Yeah, we can do some stuff. I've got some ideas. Let's grab our fencicles. Are you a light? You are not. We shall replace you with one. We shall click many wrong buttons instead. That sounds like a better idea. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Right. Now I'm just going to bring this straight across. I'm going to use a little sand in this exhibit, but only because I do want it to have that savanna kind of feel. We are going to try to limit the sand, but if you use the sand tool and then you cover it in the brush tools, in the bushes, in the many different bushes, then it gives it this kind of grassy, savanna-esque look. It's actually really cool, so I think that's what we're going to aim for. Bring that straight across, maybe. Cheeky. And then I'll leave this bit open just for a second whilst we try to decide what on earth we're going to do. Also, how's that not connected? You tell me somebody's not going to go across there because that's... Oh, whatever. Oh, of course, it's not connected over here. Well, that's my bad. Sorry, game. Shouted at you for no reason. Right, let's get this finished off. It's always nicer when it's a big-ass loop. Everybody loves a big-ass loop. That is Science 101, probably. I'm going to bring this down a little bit just so it gets a glimpse of this exhibit here, and also doesn't cut through any of my other buildings, basically. There we go. It's quite a nice little loop-de-loop. Hey, it's a nice park. I don't think it's as good as Botanical Gardens 1.0, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm excited for the Sandy Park. Just because I think this is the best looking exhibit by far. And you know why it's the best looking exhibit? It's covered in sand. Right. So, I don't know really if I want viewing area. I've got this idea to have maybe a couple of towers inside the exhibit. It's kind of like, if you imagine you're in an African savannah or you're in the Amazon or something like that, and you've got like these outpost towers to sort of scan the area. You know, like park rangers in America as well have like these taller towers so they can scout for danger, they can scout for like people littering and such. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking of. So we're going to put up a couple of towers dotted around. I don't know what else you'd really go for. Let's pop out some big jumpy dinosaurs. I have to watch this at least once. Imagine not loving Sinoceratops. Just imagine that. Imagine how that must feel. What I'm thinking, I don't know why, all of a sudden. So I've got like an African safari in my head, and when I think of Africa, I think of like the border controls for some reason. I blame Top Gear for this. Like the little border control stations where you go from one African country into another, right? And if you're doing a safari, this is probably something you're going to encounter quite often, just because Africa has a lot of countries within it. Africa is freaking ginormous. So maybe we do like a little border. Why would there be a border control though? Oh, I don't know. I think we might use. No, it doesn't need anything. It doesn't. I'm trying to convince myself it does, and it doesn't. Just needs to be cool. Can I go through? Okay, I have to block you off, I'm afraid. You want to be unnecessarily picky about where I put my fence? You shall suffer. Come on. Oh, that's a weird looking bit. This is the problem with big path to little path. It kind of, yeah, I don't know, it just looks a bit weird. I'm not going to go into what it looks like things. Where the hell is the nearest fence? Isn't this blocked? This isn't blocked off. I need to get over there, don't I? That's bloody miles away. Right. We want the secret garden then to kind of live on its own. So we'll block it off there. After being defeated by a small rock. Not for the first time. I want some... Fun story. Fun's probably not the word. I remember being in the Isle of Man, I was with my sister, and I had this massive rock, and for some reason, she was like tying a shoelace or something, and I thought, I bet I can throw this massive rock over her entire body. And it didn't make it all the way, it landed on the back of her head. And she was concussed for like, it was bad. It was bad, let's put it that way. It was not a pleasant situation. Right, let's shoot these sinos, and think about what else we want in here.
Understood. Adding task.
We're going to focus on the herbivores, as you should in this kind of environment. Maybe we're going to go crazy and have 2 types of ceratopsid. I know. I'm madness, right? Crazy. BestInSlot, you're a madman, I know. Let's get some Stracos. I love the Straco, especially this pattern right here. Okay, and now before we design the actual exhibit, we want to bring in the truck tour path bits. Just because this will kill things. There's a nice swooping, looping. I'm just excited to get into the truck tour. It's the best addition in Claire's Sanctuary. It really is. There we go. And I love these fences. How cool do they look? The gyrosphere one's a little cooler, but that's fair enough. Everything is cool. Are you now officially running then? Yeah, looks like it. Gonna make you cheap as possible. Get loads of people in. There it goes. I just want to look at it. Chuka, 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 chuka. Okay, we're not allowed to look yet though. We're not allowed to look. We're about to have like this really amazing experience and then like a really boring experience. But I'm sure we can fix that.
Heading to pick up the asset.
Heading to pick up. Oh, I think I misclicked. Oopsie daisy. Yep. Yeah. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. Not a problem. I don't want to move it again. I'll just open the gate. He'll run out and then we'll run back in. It's fine. It's fine. Right. So I think for the sand, what we'll do, because I was trying to limit the sand a little bit, is we'll have it kind of come in and then fade out, because this is a very sandy area, right? It doesn't make sense for it to just go bajonka jonk. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense for it to bajonka jonk. So in order to get rid of the bajonka jonk, what we'll do is have the sand come in, but then kind of fade out as it gets further into the exhibit, kind of thing. I think we can make the sand look really good, actually, so I'm not that worried about it. I really wish I had a transparency brush sometimes. Okay, so it looks very... I need to get rid of that first. It looks very sandy, but we'll be decreasing said sandiness. Don't you worry about it. Now, what do we do with the river? I like the idea of having some... Like, it's obviously it's thinned out here, so I like the idea of having some rocks right here. You know what I'm like. And then maybe it drops down a little bit. And that's... Oh, yeah, of course. How dope. I know, we're gonna... It doesn't really make sense for a savannah. We're gonna have a little ridge in there. Why not? Live the ridgy dream. I just want it to look a little bit like a waterfall, which is a difficult task in this game. Oh, I like what that's doing over there, though. Okay, maybe it's not a savannah. Maybe we're going in a different direction. I mean, we always do a savannah. That is a penis. I know sometimes I joke about things looking like a penis, but that is like literally a penis. Right, we're gonna have to unpenis the penis. Less of, hopefully not still a penis. See a doctor, please. Okay, that's better. Now it's like a weird creature with eyes and then a super long tongue, and it's just drooling. All of which are very interesting options. Right. I want to get this water as close to that edge. Oh, God and lemony Jesus in heaven. Okay, and then what we do is we get this, and we get this, and we do this. This is a terrible facsimile of what I was looking for. But, it's kind of a waterfall. Sort of a waterfall. If you close your eyes and look at... If you open Google Images and look at a picture of waterfall, then this is... Yeah. I'm going to bring that a little closer to the edge, like so. And then we need a rock again. Actually, know what we need to do? No, I've got this in the back, don't worry about it. What we need to do... Make that like that. See, it's kind of a waterfall. Anyways, I can't get over this looking like a face. Yeah, it's not going to be a savannah. It doesn't really make sense. Botanical Gardens are a lush, beautiful area, right? You know, the flooded and the filtered trees and stuff like that. It doesn't really make sense to have a full-on savannah area. So it's going to be more like a slightly flooded plain. I really like this middle bit. This little chasm in the middle. Looks great. Yeah, let's get it nice and wet. Why the hell not? Live the dream. like it. It's not even done. Not even slightly done. You see how the sand is fading really nicely into the grass now? Oh, except this bit. This cheeky little Dickens over here. Who do you think you are? Sir, I am Mr. Dickens. I don't know why the sand is talking to me, but it is. Just deal with it. How are we doing? We good? We're good. Let's pop out some Stracos. I am tempted to bring in some sauropod. Now this down here is going to be our big sauropod exhibit, right? Which means I'm going to have to change how I've done this, actually, now that I think about it. This is going to be our big sauropod exhibit. But I do like the idea of this seemingly being somewhat natural, right? So I'm thinking we have a couple of sauropods in the safari. Plus, I don't know, this kind of environment, you know, especially with the truck tour, you want to look up and see a massive sauropod whilst you're in the truck. It'd be a shame to not have that. So we're going to bring a few into here, and then we'll have loads in here, basically. That's a good idea. I really like that. Why do I like that so much? Just this middle bit is making me... It looks natural. I'm going to say those words. Right, so, as I was saying, one of the good things about the sand is if you put this over the top, it just very much... It changes the colour, you know, it gives it this sort of greeny look to it. So, we're going to kind of fade that in again to kind of gradient the whole thing, like so. And then it looks a little bit more Savannah-esque. I know it's not meant to be anymore, but whatever. Let's put some more over the top. Just cover the entire bloody place in plants, basically. They always look a bit weird from the top, but from the bottom they look amazing. And really from the bottom is the most important place to look good. Top tip for life. I just want to cover the grassy bits as much as possible, just to really hammer in this this fading kind of look to it, you know? Where it doesn't really even really look like sand there. It is, you can just about see it. But from this angle, it's not even sand. And you look up and it's a little cheeky bit of sand. Like when you go to the beach. Let's go get... No. You go to the beach and the sand dunes and there's all these little shrubs popping up and it's like the worst part of the beach. But still, it looks good. Okay, cool. Right. Oh, it's a Pippo pool! It's actually the Pippo pool. Cool. We always need a Pippo pool. Right, so food. Or they will be dead. They will be dinosaurs. I'm just going to stick a few of these all around. I'd really like the dinosaurs to kind of spread out, if possible. And we're going to want some tall feeders. I really like it. Sweet. Actually, the waterfall looks pretty good. So, like, from a distance, I think it kind of works. It looks like the water comes in, and then it hits like a rocky bit, and then it drops down, which is what a waterfall is, essentially. The problem is the lack of falling water, which would seem integral to a waterfall. But if you ignore that bit, it's perfect.
Confirming task. Confirmed. Requesting knowledge.
Okay, so, what else are we going to bring in? We need some... dinosaurs. Helpful, I know. I think I like the idea of a single T-Rex kind of stalking the environment. Stalking in it. I'm so bloody northern. Let's go... Which one do I not usually use? Tundra. We never use Tundra. Let's use Tundra. There's always a reason we don't use these. Oh, one of my big quality of life requests for the future Jurassic World Evolution is the ability to see what each skin looks like before you make it, because you cannot trust the colours on the left, and plus then, I mean, it's still not that helpful information. Do I have any stroofies in the park? I'm tempted by stroofies. Proceratosaurus, we don't have any Proceratosaurus, do we? No, we definitely don't have any Proceratosaurus. Let's get some Proceratosaurus running around. Why not? They're one of my more neglected dinosaurs, to say the least. To the point where I actually have no idea what these colours look like, so we're just going to make a couple of random ones as well as the defaults. Cool. Let's get these horny boys shifted over.
Acknowledging asset collection request. Heading to collect the asset.
So yeah, at least the next park we do, we can focus more on the park design. This park was always going to be very... I don't know, just... I'm so tempted to not put many trees in this. I'm going to cover it in trees, don't get me wrong, but I really like how it looks out. I think it fades in really nicely from the top. You know, from the sandy bit to like the grassy bit. And the Brachiosaurus, well, the sauropod exhibit, I guess, over here will have like no sand in it at all, basically. We're going to have to put some trees in, but I'm going to try to hold myself back just a little bit. I don't trust myself, but I'm going to try. Okay, let's grab the tree tool. Let's be very cautious with the tree tool. Well, at least like side bits I want to block off, just so you don't see the fence as much. Yeah, some of my dinosaurs are just dying of dehydration because they're stupid, basically. That's the only reason. They're stupid. Food and water. You're really struggling, buddy. Now, there's food there, for example. There are carnivores knocking around. There's water right there as well. If you just walked over here, you would be absolutely fine. There's no carnivores anywhere near it. Just walk here. Are you stuck? You seem stuck. I think they're stuck. I think the rock has confused them massively. Okay, I'm gonna knock you. I'm just gonna move you myself. I don't want to move the rock and have them run down that. I'm gonna pick them up and move them here. That's gonna fix everything. Okay. Right, so my flooded plainlands kind of thing. It does need one big tree. But I promise only 2 big trees. I can't resist the big tree. They're perfect as well. They really suit this kind of environment. With these like big thick branches and I don't know, it's got like an African baobab kind of look to it to me. Not obviously the same, but similar. Right. So in this bit up here, we'll have more palm tree looking areas. And then that's going to fade out as we get further down here. Where we go more into this kind of thing up here. I really don't want it to look too much like this one. So I'm just trying to think of ways to do that. Bum bum ba dum ba dum. Oopsie daisy. Oh, he's still got a glittery face. You know, like he's gone to a strip club and gone. You know, his face is covered in glitter for some reason. Alright. Well, hopefully that works. Something a little ironic that something stony got defeated by a stone, but I'm not here to judge. Right, sauropod. If I was a... Let's go for something we'd never ever use, which is the Dreadnoughtus. And there's a good reason we don't use the Dreadnoughtus, because the Dreadnoughtus kind of sucks, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to suck. Let's go for Zarid. You heard me. Zarid. Did I stutter? Arid and Steppe. Just a couple of sauropods to liven things up. Alright, I'm really trying to resist. So, we kind of, again, want to have this fading... Like, the Brachiosaurus exhibit... Sauropod exhibit, I should say. Obviously going to have Brachiosaurus in it. It's going to be more tree heavy. So you kind of want the back end of this exhibit to be more tree heavy, right? And you kind of want it to fade up. So less trees as you move further away from this back end. Getting there. Okay. A little bit there. You're a big boy, aren't you? Wasn't really the intention. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. It looks like it comes from a rocky, sandy thing. It fades into like palm trees and then covered in grass. And it comes to like a bit of an open grassy plain, and then it becomes a full-on forest. But this bit's still fairly open. This bit's all the covered bit. This bit's the sandy bit, and this bit's the foresty bit. It's 4 exhibits in one. That's basically 4 videos in one. So everyone should like this video 4 times. Which will actually mean you don't like the video. So don't do that. That's silly. Everyone should like the video 5 times. Or make 4 accounts and come like the video on each account. Either of those are acceptable. I'll leave it up to you. And then we need a smattering of rocks. Of course we bloody do. But not too many. It needs to be a different coloured rocks. Like, I know we just got the rocks, and the rocks are amazing, and the trees are amazing. I'm very happy with the update. But people are saying, you're complaining already. I'm not complaining, it's just, you know, we're playing the game a lot. It's okay to look for more. At the end of the day, right, the idea is for the game to keep developing and changing over time. So, it's helpful for Frontier to know what the community still wants, and it's helpful for us to know what we still want, and it's something to talk about. For what it's worth, my requests for this game is in things I would like to see added to the game are getting low. There's really not much I think I would change at this point. Some of the AI needs an update. The dinosaur fighting system I don't like at all, but at the end of the day that's not going to change, I don't think. That looks better. There's just a few quality of life updates. I'd like sandbox on every island. I think that's the next big thing, and I suspect we are getting it. Past that? What do they do? I have no idea, but that's quite exciting as well. You know, we get to see what Frontier comes up with rather than kind of like necessarily just following what the community wants, which is not all. I'm not saying that's all they've been doing, but I think that's definitely been part of some of the stuff they've been doing. You know, we got sand on this sandbox because the community really wanted it, which is cool. You know, they should listen to the community. That's a good thing, but I'm curious like what they think is the next best step for the game, if that makes sense. Sandbox on every island, that's the big step. Like a few quality of life things, like I say. Like, for example, if you haven't made a dinosaur before, this really annoys me. If you haven't made a dinosaur before, is there any dinosaurs I haven't made? Right, Dreadnoughtus. I've never made a Dreadnoughtus on this save file, for some reason. Because we keep like just going back and loading the same flat new blah. The fact that I can't see the social stuff, like right now, is bad. It's just bad game design, full stop. There is no reason for it to be like that at all. I understand the principle, like, I guess, you know, make the dinosaur first, then you get to see its socials. But when it comes to a first-time playthrough for people, it's just... Wait, where the hell are I... Right, I was wondering where they all were. I didn't knock them out. When it comes to a first-time playthrough, it's terrible. Because, like, say, a dinosaur like the Parasaurolophus, which I think has a social requirement of 6... i.e. wants to kill everyone as soon as you make any of them, you're not going to know it's got 6. No one's going to sit there and make 6 Parasaurolophuses the first time they make a Parasaurolophus. So you have to make one, realise that you need 6, and suddenly mass produce 5 more, hopefully before the one you've already got breaks out. Because if that one breaks out, then the 5 you make after that will come in, but they'll be unhappy because they don't have the 6th. So they'll break out as well. It becomes this chain, and this doesn't make sense. Doesn't. It's silly. Change it, please. It doesn't even affect me because I know most of the social needs and stuff like now. Oh, I like that skin. It just doesn't... frustrates me. It's like artificial difficulty, basically, if that makes sense. I guess that's what I don't like about it. Not a big deal, but again, it's just one of those little, you know, at the end of the day when there's less to do, then what we need is like little quality of life fixes. And for people doing first time playthroughs, it's a big deal. Now, if you are accustomed to the game, what you can do, if you have Doctor Who DLC, is actually... you can use the social tab from the Doctor Who genes and you'll be able to see all the social needs. But you shouldn't have to do that in order to figure out what should be a basic part of the game, in my opinion. I really like this exhibit. I'm really, really trying hard not to put more trees in here. It's a struggle, I will admit. But I really like the look of it. It's beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit over here. Just a little. Just give me my fix, you know? I need my fix. I'm going to put a couple different trees in. And stick a rock in the middle. Maybe a little bit of water. Just because it's right next to the lake here. And then I'll stop. I can stop anytime I want. It's fine. It's fine. There you go. That's all I wanted. This bit lacked a little bit of oomph, you know, that corner. If you see a bit that lacks oomph, it needs oomph. Like this bit here lacks oomph. Just stick a tree there. You put some of these in now again, actually. These little individual trees. These are good for the fading effect that I've been going for. An ombre effect, as they would say in the industry. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone. It's fine. Doesn't need touching. So,
Collecting asset.
we are going to need lots and lots and lots of dinosaur name suggestions, ladies and gentlemen. I actually can't remember how many. Seven ceratopsids between the 3 Sinoceratopses and the 4 Styracosaurus.
Asset requiring collection.
4 small dinosaurs via the Proceratosaurus. Dead what? Is it that bloody... something stony?
En route to pick up the asset.
Wait, what?
Transporting asset.
Didn't that just say it was a T-Rex? Am I going crazy? I'm pretty sure they just said it was a T-Rex. Okay, I mean, I know it's not, it's a Casmosaurus, but I'm pretty sure it said T-Rex. I'm gonna have to go back and check that. I saw TRX. Let's make another Casmosaurus. Stupid dinosaurs. I think it's rainforest. So 2 ceratopsids. No, 7 ceratopsids. 4 small carnivores. 2 sauropods, 1 large carnivore. Them's your lists. Get your names on. And the Dreadnought is fine. It's perfectly okay. It's got a bit of a bulbous head, but that's okay. It's just boring. You know, it didn't add anything to the game when it came in. It didn't add anything over any other sauropod. Admittedly, they've become much better at giving us dinosaurs that feel unique and feel a little bit special. Even back in December, they got... Wait, not December. Even in that pack, they got better with it, because the Iguanodon came in, and the Iguanodon... Oh, Iguanodon. We should have some Iguanodons. And the Iguanodon's awesome. But beyond that, it just... I don't know, there's a lack of... interesting dinosaurs. Where's the Iguanodon? Why can't I spell I? Alright, what are the cool patterns for Iguanodon? Don't know. I think it's either steppe or coastal that I don't like. I imagine it's coastal, which is like the pure black one, whereas the steppe is the striped one. The jungle is the orange striped one. Woodland is green flat. Alpine is white flat. Is that right? No, that can't be right. Oh no, coastal's fine. I'm thinking something else, clearly. It's a pretty cool Dreadnought colour. I like that. That's actually a really cool skin pattern. It's funny, even the Ankylodocus, which is the second worst dinosaur in the game, has some really good skin patternings. Like, really, really cool ones. It's just a shame it looks like an Ankylodocus, basically. Come on, you. Shoot it in the face. It's not a small target. Down he goes. Down she goes. All the dinosaurs in Jurassic World may not be female, but all the dinosaurs in Jurassic World Evolution are female. Did I not click? We good? We good. Right. So I think we'll just get started on our Jeep tour now. Are you ready? Switch camera. This is the best one. Let's go. It's a little bit loud, but that's okay. We can stop every now and again. Oh, right. If you're not in the tour vehicle, you can't get to look at multiple views. That makes sense. I love it so much, though. I really like having the glass in the way. I know that's silly, but it just feels more real. Look at that!
Fossil locations indicate that Spinosaurus lived in coastal regions with floodplains, swamp flats, and mangrove forests. For this reason, her diet has recently been supplemented with fresh fish.
Recently supplemented with irrelevant, you know, meta, up to date. Let's go. We're not here to look at this exhibit, we're here to look at that exhibit. Now, I've actually never driven through one of these. I mean, that's beautiful! That's a gorgeous exhibit! That is actually legitimately one of the nicest looking exhibits I've ever made. I think that's amazing. And the Dreadnought adds a lot to it. Because I can't see any other dinosaurs. I literally can't see a... Oh, I can see one Styracosaurus.
Are shy and prefer the cover offered by the forest, so may not be visible, but they can see, hear, and smell you.
Huh, just random factoids. It's Formula 1. Hamilton's coming up over on the left. Easy overtake. Easy overtake. Oh. Spotted a pack of Proceratosaurus. How are we doing, lads? Lasses? I decided I don't like that bit of water there. It needs something. Ah! May have just run over a small dinosaur.
Tyrannosaurus is a small carnivore and one of the earliest tyrannosaurid dinosaurs. They feature some of the most beautiful skin patterns.
And now it's like we're driving through a jungle. I really like that change. What have we got going on over here? There's a party going on over here. A little Sino party. A little chubby party. My kind of party. Right, where are we? Oh, they've all run away from me. So basically, there was a party and I turned up and everyone ran away. That sounds about right. Okay, I really want the thumbnail with the Jeep and the Sinoceratops. So, what I need to do is drive right next to one.
Tyrannosaurus rex is
Ah.
probably the most familiar dinosaur in history.
I think they're running from the
The
Rex.
name means Tyrant Lizard King, and to many she represents the ultimate predator. This magnificent animal has long been
Did you hear? That's amazing. Oh, also that's a beautiful thumbnail. It's okay. It'll do. We can make it better. Kind of wish. I mean, you don't realize this sometimes, right? The dinosaur scale is very hard to kind of get in this game because you spend so little time seeing dinosaurs next to humans or dinosaurs next to regular man-made objects. You spend most of your time seeing dinosaurs next to dinosaurs, right? And dinosaur scale things. You kind of forget just how big they are because I don't think of the Styracosaurus as a particularly large dinosaur. It's just a normal sized ceratopsid. And then you put it next to the Tor and it's humongous. It's the size of the blood. It's bigger than the Tor vehicle. Which makes sense, don't get me wrong. It's just, I really like it. It's cool. I just want a really nice shot. And we took on our filter. We do that. Do I like the filter? I'm not sure I like the filter. Let's see what else we can do. It's pretty cool. I really like this tour vehicle. Really like this tour vehicle. It's so much better than the gyrosphere. Where's Rexy? Let's go find Rexy.
For your safety, keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
Rexy, where are you? Oh. I was so close as well. Save me, over tour vehicle. Save me. I can't get through the trees. Okay, it's fine. It's all part of the plan. There we go.
Bright lights can startle the dinosaurs, so please refrain from using any flash photography.
Oh, Rexy, come back here. I keep forgetting to turn day-night cycle back on. It'll make this a lot more interesting. There she is, there she is, there she is. Go, 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 go. Stay there. Stay right there. Nearly. Unfortunately, her face is in shadow, which ruins the whole thing. Give me a minute. Turning circle with his fingers, horrendous. Jesus. A bit forward. Yeah. Can I get a little bit more forward?
Tyrannosaurus rex is known for its massive head, with what is thought to be one of the strongest bites ever to have existed. Our food
That's amazing. I love that so much. Come on, Rexy, come on. How are you, dinosaurs that can overcome her and that's nice. Sorry, but I mean, we're spending time looking at the dinosaurs. I figured people might enjoy this anyway. Otherwise, I'd cut out the video. That photo's not working. Why is that not working? Why is the one that I really like not working? Why is that always the bloody way? I don't like it from this side. No, game, why? That's so mean. Look at the eyes, terrifying. It's because the pupil's very far forward, but from a distance it looks like her eyes are rolled in the back of the head. Very Exorcist. Right, we're going to end it there then. This was longer than I expected. Thank you for joining me. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave your name suggestions in the QT down below. Next video will be the final exhibit. We're going to focus on sauropods. Remember to also name the iguanodons, which we'll be bringing into this exhibit in the next video. I might just fill this with a few more dinosaurs as well. It needs a lot of dinosaurs roaming around to really sell the feel that we're going for. But we shall see. Thank you for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.